Super Mayhem.
Hello friends, it's Tim here from Super Mayhem again. Oh! And boy howdy, do we have some fun game hacking action for you today. So in today's addition to our Game Genie Hijinx series, we're going to take a look at that Blue Blur's second appearance on the Sega Classic, Sega Mega Drive / Sega Genesis. And this time, it's Sonic the Hedgehog 2, baby. And lucky for us, there was a whole bunch of interesting codes for us to take a look at. So if you like Sonic in any way, shape or form, then be sure to smash a big fat like on this bad boy, share it around with your friends, make a comment maybe about the weather, what's it like at your place, and of course subscribe with notifications on. And with that said, on with the show! So easing into this list, I have to mention that there are actually two versions of this game. For the purpose of this exercise, I'll be using Revision A. There is usually a similar or the same kind of code for Revision B, but I won't be including them. So if the cheat codes don't work for you, it will be a version issue. Sorry. So let's jump right in with the code ALTA-D53G, which is super handy. With this code enabled, you will jump directly to the end of the level. Pretty neat, hey? It's like Sonic without all that sonicking or something. You don't even need to press any buttons. Sonic just goes flying to the end of the level, where you can then, thankfully, start controlling him so you can actually pass the level or fight Dr. Robotnik. This is speedrunning at its finest. This cheat code even has an effect on the intro, where Sonic's screen will fly by whilst Tails is stuck doing his usual routine. Once again, we are off to a flying start, and once again that pun is intended. Whilst you're tinkering with Sonic 2, it is always handy to have a few lives up your sleeve. With that said, try the cheat code JW3A-CA4J, and you are set to win. With this Game Genie code in place, in a one-player game, you will have infinite lives. Take that first monkey thing that throws coconuts or whatever. I am king now. I had to try out the code ABVT-CAE2, which the creator had called the nosebleed jump, and well, it is pretty accurate. The moment you hit the jump button, Sonic and Tails will just go flying upwards and never end up descending. This is pretty awesome in the first level as you can just fly through it, but for some reason in level 2 I got stuck and couldn't progress. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted. This code is so epic it even has an effect on the intro demo. Look at Tails and Sonic go! Woohoo! A more practical jumping code is FVVT-CAE2, which lets Sonic jump just that little bit higher. To be honest, it is hardly noticeable, but you can at least get to those damn monkeys in the trees a bit easier. That has to be worth something, right? If you want something between jumping just a little bit higher and flying off the screen, then the cheat code EBVT-CAE2 is probably a bit more your style. With this one enabled, you will noticeably jump a fair bit higher without going too crazy. It's probably the most helpful of the jumping codes we will take a look at, unless you want to just fly across each level, that is. Everyone loves Super Sonic, right? But getting those 7 pesky emeralds and passing the game can be a real drag if you're a bad player like me. So what is the solution? Well, the code ACZT-CACA has come to answer all of our prayers. Take that, Jeebus! With this Game Genie code enabled, you don't need a single Chaos Emerald in order to reach Super Sonic stature. Just jump in the game, collect 50 rings and off you go. All yellow and speedy and stuff. This is an awesome cheat as I have never honestly been able to get to that supersonic status, so my childhood dreams have finally come true. Thank you, Game Genie. Thank you. Do you want to make this even easier? Keep the previous code enabled and then enter the 2-line cheat code AGZT-CACJ plus K4ZT-CA9N. Now you only need one pesky ring to become supersonic. How's that for Game Genie action? On top of this marvellous innovation in game cheating, you don't even lose rings with time, meaning you can stay supersonic for the entire level. Robotnik didn't stand a chance when you can just walk into him and he dies. After the level ended and I returned to regular Sonic, I tried jumping again and the transformation started to happen, but then I just got stuck in the air as the level completed. Sweet codes for sure. Speaking of rings, there are a couple of sweet codes you can use that will help you out, such as NNTT-CACY, which is an awesome code. Basically, whenever you get hit, you gain 99 rings, meaning you can't really die and you can also obtain more lives super easily by just getting hit and then collecting one of the lost rings. ATTT-CA4W is a similar kind of cheat, but almost better in a way. This time when you have this cheat code enabled, Sonic won't actually lose his ring count when hit. Technically rings do go flying everywhere, but you don't actually lose your count at all. In fact, you can take advantage of this as well by collecting the fallen rings and getting more lives, just like with the previous cheat. Pretty neat. The next cheat code we will take a look at is ALTA-CA8N, which is super weird but also super cool. Basically, you have to collect at least one ring and then get hit by something. This sounds counterintuitive to the Sonic gameplay, right? Well, once you do this, Sonic will not only become invincible, but he will also become invisible. The blue blur disappears. Maybe he's going so fast he is surpassing the speed of light. Nah, just kidding, he's just invisible. Lucky for us, we still have Tails to guide you, or try to find a bubble like I did. This seems to mess up collecting rings a bit, so there is that downside. Oh, and also you can drown, so there is that too. Bugger. Just turn the code off and back on to make Sonic visible again if you get stuck. ALTA-CA9J is kind of a similar code in the sense of the invincibility. With this cheat code in play, once you hit and obtain an invincibility TV thing, you actually stay invincible for the rest of that level. This is pretty handy as you're just about guaranteed victory, unless you fall down a pit or something. Next up, I thought it'd be cool to take a look at a couple of interesting ring codes, like SAST-DA1A, which is pretty handy. With this code enabled, each ring you collect counts as 8. Naturally, this makes racking up lives pretty easy, as even when you lose rings, each of those fallen ones counts for 8. Ka-ching! The second interesting ring code we're going to take a look at is AH2T-CAH6, which is also pretty cool, especially if you're chasing Chaos Emeralds. With this Game Genie code, you only need one ring to enter the special stage at the halfway points, rather than the usual 50. In my demo, I did have a few more rings than needed, but take my word for it, this is a neat code. If you are keen to check out any level you want, without having to actually play through to see them, then the Game Genie code RE8A-A60W is sure to be a winner for you. With this code enabled, when you see the start screen featuring Sonic and Tails, simply hold down the A button and then press start while still holding it down. You will now be transported to a new hidden menu that lets you select any level of the game you want. You may want to be a Sonic Pro to try and play some of the later levels though. I didn't last very long. That's the story of my life, I guess. You can use this code further by adding additional cheats like ACLA-ATD4, which unlocks a level called Hidden Palace Zone when you choose the level Death Egg on the level select screen. Unfortunately, this level is pretty much unplayable as you kind of just fall down into some glitched water and die, but nevertheless it is kind of interesting to know what is hiding in Sonic 2. If you add the code ACLA-AECY instead, when you select the Emerald Hill Zone on the level select screen, you actually jump into a world called Wood Zone. For some reason it showed me playing as Tails even though Sonic was the main man, but this is kinda beside the point. This new zone is actually just a weirdly reskinned version of the regular Emerald Hill Zone, which seems to be lacking any enemies or rings and it's extremely buggy. Other than that, it's actually pretty cool. And the last Game Genie code we will leave you with is AE7T-AAE2, which enables the debug mode of the game, which is super fun. Basically, if you press B, you will enter into the debug mode, where you can place a ring by pressing C. If you press A whilst in this mode, you'll change to a different item or enemy, which you can then place as many as you want whilst you're pressing C. This can get pretty chaotic as you can essentially build your own level and die in it as well. Too many monkeys is no fun though, just a heads up. To exit this mode, you just have to press B again, and you can then start playing the actual level or chaos you just created. Have fun with this one, as it's an amazing Game Genie cheat for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Anyway, that's it for today my friends. I really hope you enjoyed hacking Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Genesis/Mega Drive. If you did, then be sure to smash a big fat like on this bad boy, share it with your friends, make a comment about the codes or the game, and of course subscribe with notifications on. And if you really like what I do here at The Mayhem, then perhaps take a look at our join button or our Patreon page below and help support us in future videos. And with all that said, I'll catch you soon. Bye.